Hey, how's it going everyone? This is K Collections, and this was an unexpected surprise. I know, all us JAlter fans are a bit shocked. This throws all my plans out the window, but it's official. We will be receiving the Medb banner. Of course, that means Queen Medb will have a raid up, and this will be a brief breakdown of this servant to give you a general idea of how good she is and my overall opinion of her. So, just in case you didn't know, Medb is a locked servant, meaning you can only get her through the story banner once you beat the singularity, of course. Otherwise, it's best to wait for a raid up banner, cause what kind of insane person can actually get Medb through the story gacha? No one, okay? I mean, no one can do it. But holy crap, I am so jealous of a certain someone who actually pulled her recently. You all know who I'm talking about. But if you miss your chance, she will come back around September. Now, this is according to JP, but now that everything's messed up in terms of banner schedules, it's very unpredictable, honestly. So, starting with her attack cards, she has 1 Quick, 2 Arts, and 2 Buster with a Buster NP. For hit counts, Quick does 3 hits, Arts 2, Buster 1, Extra 7 hits, and NP does 5 hits. Now, moving on to the active skills, Golden Rule does a lot of stuff. First, it grants her debuff immunity for 3 turns. It also recovers her HP for 3 turns as well, anywhere from 500 to 1000 depending on skill level. Lastly, it increases her NP gauge by 10% for 3 turns. It's a good skill, nothing bad to say about it really. Cooldown is a bit on the higher end, but overall decent. Her second skill is the standard Charisma B, but post interlude is actually when it gets very good. Simply put, it increases your team's attack for 3 turns, but it also increases your male servant's attack as well. So having male servants is most ideal since they can have 2 attack buffs for 3 turns. It also restores her HP decently as well. I would say this should be your main priority to max out, not only for the increase in effect, but to have this at a 5-turn cooldown. That would really help you a lot. For her final skill, very simple. Gives you a chance to charm a male enemy for a turn. This shouldn't be your main focus, however. If it works, great. But just know that there is always a chance it won't go through, so don't over rely on this skill. Moving on to the passive skills, she has magic resistance, not bad whatsoever. We've seen this a lot of times already, so nothing too special. Medb also has Riding A, but with only 1 quick card, it's gonna be underutilized, but honestly it's better than nothing, right? For her Noble Phantasm, very straightforward. It's a single target MP that deals damage to your target while decreasing mental debuff resistance for 3 turns. Now, what makes this a bit more special is that it deals extra damage to male enemies. So, the most effective way to kill your target is of course a Buster Brave Chain with Medb after using buffing skills, and then just watch her kill some dude. So, my final thoughts on Medb. She's a very situational servant, and because of that, if she isn't a servant you love or you don't need an anti-male servant, then I'd say skip her. Now, is she a horrible servant? No, not at all. Like I said, she's good when facing male enemies. That's her main strength. Outside of that, you could definitely use her as a support servant for your own male servants. 5-turn cooldown for the attack buffs when maxed out is actually quite good. She also has a self-healing skill to keep herself alive a bit longer, so that's always good. But since she doesn't have an evasion skill or a gut skill, just be careful of enemies' NP attack. Of course, you can always charm them if they are male, but don't over-rely on it like your life depends on it, because if you do, and that skill fails, game over. But, of course, we do have command seals to revive ourselves. However, just know that us as a community will judge you harshly. Medb also has a relatively low attack stat for a 5-star, so again, she's meant for a very specific purpose, although she does have a pretty good MP gain specifically due to her high hit counts on her extra attack, so brave chaining as much as possible with her would be most ideal. For team compositions, just a heads up, because she is a rider class, she will have priority in star absorption, so if you have a servant that relies heavily on getting stars, Medb may not be the best partner. The first servant I recommend is Ku. He's an excellent servant for Medb. Now, if you have doubts, then Proto Ku is always an option, but I understand that Lancers may not have the best luck in the Fate universe. In that case, why not go for Ku Caster, right? I think he'll be an amazing companion for her, but we absolutely cannot forget her one true love, JAlter. Joking aside, due to her second skill, any male servants can be ideal within your team. I would advise having a servant that has at least 3 Buster cards, just so you have some consistency with your attack decks. Now, if you want to focus more of an anti-male team, Orion, the 2 Gorgon sisters can definitely work as well. If you want more of a support for Maeve, then have someone who can buff her attacks, specifically Buster performance. So Leonidas is also a good choice for that role. After his strengthening quest, he can buff your team's Buster performance. Though he won't be your main attacker, he can still benefit from Maeve's buffing skill. He can also protect her through his target focus skill, so overall, he's a good choice. There are, of course, more options for team builds. Feel free to try them out. That's the whole point of this game. But for CE recommendations, Limit 0 over for more of an offensive focus. Halloween Princess if you really want some guy dead, as it will increase her NP strength while starting her NP at 50%. When in doubt, go with Kaleidoscope, as I always say. But there are other CE options as well. Feel free to experiment. So, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, hit the like button and subscribe to my channel, as I'll make more FGO videos. If you feel like it, follow me on Twitter, link is in the description. But most importantly, are you planning to pull on this banner? And what are your thoughts on the changes in the event schedules? I'd love to hear your opinions. As always, have an awesome day, everyone.